we are screwed. That is President Biden going to Saudi Arabia a little while back, doing a fist bump. And he's supposed to be the leader of the free world. Well, right now in the Middle East, there's a new sheriff in town, a new leader who's getting unbelievable reception from the United Arab Emirates, including a flyby with Russian flag colors, blue, red, and white. And this, it's incredible.
حرس السلام الوطني لروسيا الاتحادية. سلام سلاح.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen across our beautiful country of Canada, our friends around the world in the known and unknown universe. Welcome back to your favorite Angry Canadian on the 18th day of December 2023. You know, we don't hear about things like this. We've been told that the whole world hates Russia and Putin. Maybe not so much Russia, but Putin. Putin is such an awful person. Nobody is going to be welcoming him or the Russian delegation. But the truth, Saudi Arabia? Really? Putin went to Saudi Arabia after the United Arab Emirates? And look at how he's greeted, smiles and handshake. Now you might be wondering what the hell this has to do with Canada, but fact is the world has changed. It's not changing, it will continue to change, but it has changed. So why has the world changed? How big are the changes? Is the United States still gonna be the king of the world? You know, the leader of the free world. Is that going to happen? American exceptionalism, and I'm not knocking it. America is fantastic and amazing people and accomplishments, but their political system miscalculated. While they were thinking about woke, while they were thinking about him, her, they, them, whatever pronoun, while they were, including Canada, deciding that a teacher can go teach in a school, even though he was born a man, he's got these big prosthetic boobs on now, and he goes in and teaches in school. While that's going on, the rest of the world moved ahead.
Our government was elected on a promise to deliver for the middle class. And our economic plan is focused on building an economy that works for everyone, with good jobs that people can count on. Les grands investissements
Major
pour le transport en
investments
commun,
in public
les usines
transit,
de batteries
in
pour véhicules
EV battery
électriques.
factories.
Get ready for the automotive industry to rock. The illustrious Japanese carmaker Toyota has released a revolutionary hydrogen combustion engine, effectively posing a challenge. This game-changing innovation is a greener, more efficient, and more interesting substitute for electric automobiles. So buckle up and get ready to discover why Toyota's hydrogen engine might just be the future of transportation.
We are making the investments that Canada needs to make that bright future a reality.
Bravo.
The Canada and workers' benefit, the Canada Pension Plan, are about driving down inequality, raising incomes, and ensuring by design, not by trickle down, that everyone can truly share in our country's prosperity.
I cannot say it often enough how much I dislike that woman. Chrystia Freeland, our Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Finance, and for good measure, she's on the board of trustees of the World Economic Forum. She and Trudeau make as good a team as Biden and Harris. Man, if these are the best people that can be put forward, we're in deep shit. And yes, we are. And the future isn't going to be any brighter when little Pepe Le Pew, conservative Pierre Poilievre, comes in.
Party of Canada. And good to speak to you again, Pierre. Thank you.
Good to be back. Thank you for having me. And Merry Christmas.
Thank you, and to yourself as well. So this is, as I mentioned, your first full year in this role. The issues that you've spoken about the brokenness of Canada, about people struggling, are these things that you look back on the last year and see as being the same, worse, better?
Worse. So I was in this very same room earlier today, and we did a round table with people living in Brampton. I had a grocer tell me that the crime has gotten so bad and so brazen that he has criminals who walk into his grocery store, they fill up their bags with groceries, and just walk out. They don't slip the food into their pocket and slide out the door. They don't feel like they have to anymore. Two of the people at the table said they've had multiple of their personal vehicles stolen. One group actually followed the air tag in their car to the train yard where it had been loaded onto a box, and when they got there, they said, "We know that our vehicle is in this shipping container," and CPSA showed up and said, "That's not the issue. The issue is you're at this train yard. You're not supposed to be. We're going to give you a fine." They just had their car stolen. But that's just those are just a couple of anecdotes that underlie the facts. Violent crimes up 40%. Shootings up 100%. While the Prime Minister bans hunting rifles and sport shooters. And then on the economic side, it's even worse. Housing costs have doubled. Last week, the Bank of Canada said that after 8 years of Trudeau, we have the worst housing affordability in 41 years. We've had the second worst deterioration of housing in the entire OECD. It takes 25 years in Toronto to save for a down payment. We used to pay off a house in that time before Trudeau. And of course, now his next big project is to quadruple the carbon tax. And the next election will be the carbon tax election. So take your pick, folks. Either you quadruple the tax with Trudeau or you axe the tax with me.
Oh, no. Pepe Le Pew, the next election in Canada won't be about carbon. There's so many things going wrong in Canada, like you listed, and you didn't even get to the nitty-gritty. Drug crisis. Do you know that in British Columbia, on average, 7 people die a day from drug overdose? 7! Even though we've got very liberal policies. You can go to a safe injection site. You can even get certain drugs given, not bought, but given. All these issues. And no matter that we would want to blame everything on Justin Trudeau and the woke Liberal Party and its members, that's not the case. Simply put, before Justin Trudeau came into power, we had Stephen Harper. Years and years of Stephen Harper, to the point where people wanted that bozo gone. Big time. And, Justin Trudeau could have been, whatever. He could have been a horse, he would have still been elected because he wasn't Stephen Harper. And now Pepe Le Pew will get elected, not because he's got great ideas and he's going to save Canada. He's not Justin Trudeau. So we need a change. What a bullshit way to run a country. And as that saying goes, fool me once and shame on you. Fool me twice and shame on me. We have seen this friggin' circus going on for decades, and people still haven't woken up because they think that, oh, you know what we need in Canada now? Pierre Poilievre and the Conservative government, because they're going to do all the things that Trudeau hasn't done. What a load of shit. We need a non-politician in charge, like myself. Man, I guarantee that I wouldn't do a worse job than any of the friggin' politicians you got in now. And more than likely, because I got common sense, I got some knowledge, I got some compassion, feeling, I would do a far better job than either Trudeau or Poilievre. It just, without question. And to say that the next federal election will be about carbon, holy shit. What about what's happening globally with the currencies, with immigration in Canada? We're getting almost 1 million immigrants in Canada, 500,000+ refugees, and then the rest is people who come and work here, but they're not permanent residents. And Poilievre won't say, well, yeah, we gotta change the system. We gotta become more Canada conscious. We gotta look after Canada's interest number one.
When you talk about housing, the numbers speak for themselves here. We've got a country that is building 210 to 230,000 houses a year. We have seen some recent numbers that suggest there's a slowdown taking place as recently as this morning. You also then juxtapose that with immigration, and we have 500,000 permanent residents coming in a year over the next 3 years, plus on top of that, temporary foreign workers, international students. Do you accept that immigration is inflaming the housing crisis?
Well, it's very simple math. If you have more families than coming than you have houses for them, it's going to inflate housing prices. It's no question about it. That's not, I don't even think the Liberals are now seeming to acknowledge that themselves. So my common sense plan is to link immigration numbers to home building numbers. And that is how you're going to restore housing affordability. Look, we built fewer homes in last year than we built in 1972. 50 years, we're building less homes. In 72, we had a population of 22 million people. Now we have a population of 39 million. We have to build something in the neighborhood of 450 to 500,000 homes a year just to maintain the current level of affordability at today's immigration rates. We're building less than half of that. We should actually be able to build 450,000 homes. If you think about it, we built half that amount back in 50 years ago when our population was half, like just by on a per capita basis. We have the land, labor, and the lumber to do it. But we have to get the massive bureaucracy out of the way to speed up permits and approve more building. That's what I'm going to do by requiring cities that permit 15% more housing per year as a condition of getting federal funding, selling off thousands of acres of federal land and 6,000 federal buildings, and requiring transit stations be pre-permitted for high-density apartments all around them, to name a few of my common sense plans. We're going to get the bureaucrats out of the way and get the builders to work.
Poor little Pepe Le Pew doesn't even see the problem. The big problem with everything in the government now is it's been taken over by the 1%. So everything the government does is for their benefit. It doesn't matter if it's the Liberals or the Conservatives who make monies available by the billions to construction companies, to developers, to all these people that will be building the housing of the future. going to build more wealth for certain people. You know, it's not going to be the little Tom's construction company that's going to get money from the government for building, a house every 6 weeks, 8 weeks as they complete one, build another one. Keep make. Everyone's going to be wanting more and more. How do you like it? How do you like it? More, more, more. Yeah, they want more money. They want less taxes. You can't run a country like that. You're going to have to sit the fuck down. It doesn't matter if it's Poilievre or Trudeau, and tell people the truth, how things are going, and what are your plans. Not what are the WEF's plans, or what are Americans' plans, or what is the World Health Organization's plans. What are the plans for Canada from our own politicians?